Which recruit's meltdown became the stuff of legend. Private Fletcher looked normal when he first showed up to our basic training company. Quiet kid from rural Montana, polite manners, the kind of guy who said yes sir and no sir to everyone including the mess hall workers. Our drill sergeant Knox had been breaking recruits for 15 years, seen every type of breakdown imaginable. Kids who cried, kids who quit, kids who threw punches, but Fletcher was different. This guy held everything inside like a pressure cooker. Week 4 of training, the stress was getting to everyone. Sleep deprivation, constant yelling, physical exhaustion. Most guys were cracking small amounts daily, letting off steam through complaints or minor rebellions. Not Fletcher. Kid just absorbed punishment silently, did his push-ups without complaint, kept his mouth shut during the worst inspections. I started wondering if anything could break him. The breaking point came during weapon cleaning. We'd just finished a brutal day at the rifle range. 100-degree heat, malfunctioning equipment, everyone's nerves frayed raw from 8 hours of constant corrections. Knox was doing his evening inspection, finding problems with everyone's work, rejected my rifle twice for imaginary dust particles, made Reynolds disassemble his weapon completely because of a tiny fingerprint. Fletcher had been working on his rifle for 2 hours, cleaning rod, going back and forth, checking every component obsessively. The kid was a perfectionist, probably cleaned that thing 5 times already. Knox approached Fletcher's bunk with his usual scowl, grabbed the rifle, examined it under harsh fluorescent light. I could see Fletcher's jaw tightening, but he stayed silent. Unacceptable, Knox announced. Barrel's dirty. Start over. Fletcher's hand started shaking slightly. Drill sergeant. I cleaned it thoroughly. Ran patches through until they came out white. Are you arguing with me, recruit? No, drill sergeant. Just explaining my process. Knox threw the rifle back at Fletcher. Clean it again. And again after that. Keep going until you learn what clean actually means. That's when Fletcher completely lost his mind. He stood up slowly, picked up his cleaning rod, and started disassembling his rifle with mechanical precision. But instead of cleaning it, he began arranging every single component in perfect geometric patterns across his bunk. Bolt here, trigger group there, each screw lined up by size like he was building a shrine. Complete silence while 40 recruits watched him create this bizarre display. Knox stood there speechless as Fletcher continued his ritualistic arrangement. Buffer spring curved in a perfect circle. Gas tube positioned at exact right angles. Every piece laid out with mathematical precision. Fletcher, what the hell are you doing? Fletcher looked up with completely calm expression. Following your instructions, drill sergeant. You said keep going until I learn what clean means. I'm studying every component individually to understand optimal cleanliness standards. Then he started explaining each part in excruciating detail. This is the bolt carrier group, manufactured to tolerances of 0.001 inches. Carbon buildup occurs primarily in these grooves here, requiring specific solvents and brush angles for complete removal. Knox tried interrupting, but Fletcher kept going. For 20 minutes. Technical specifications, metallurgy, chemical composition of cleaning solvents. Kid was reciting the technical manual from memory while building mechanical art projects. The chamber requires 14 separate cleaning steps according to regulation TM 9100531910, executed in precise sequence to prevent damage to the chrome lining. By now, the entire platoon was mesmerized. Fletcher had transformed his mental breakdown into the most thorough weapons lecture anyone had ever witnessed. Knox couldn't stop him without admitting he didn't know half the technical details Fletcher was spouting. The kid finished by reassembling his rifle blindfolded, explaining each step like he was teaching engineering students. When done, he handed Knox the cleanest weapon anyone had ever seen. Knox tested it with white gloves, inspected every surface under magnification, couldn't find a single flaw. Finally, just nodded and moved on. Next morning, Fletcher was back to normal, quiet, polite, following orders perfectly, like the previous night never happened. But word spread instantly. Other drill sergeants came by asking about the kid who went technical. Fletcher's breakdown became required viewing for new drill instructor training. Knox never messed with Fletcher again. Turned out the kid had eidetic memory and engineering background. His breakdown wasn't emotional collapse, it was intellectual overload expressed through mechanical perfection. Fletcher graduated honor student, got assigned to weapons development at Aberdeen Proving Ground. Last I heard, he designed 3 new rifle cleaning systems and held patents on military equipment innovations. The Army gave him a lab instead of a rifle.